Good morning, I'm Pat. As you can see, it's early morning in Arizona. The sun is just starting to come up. I just woke myself up. I wanted to get some pictures of the sun on the garden. And there were some ideas that I wanted to talk about. One idea is what happens if you have a, let's say, tomato that's growing really well, it's getting tall, and it's getting to the end of the season, and you really would like to keep that type of tomato plant. It's been producing well for you. So there's an easy way you can do it. And I'm going to show you in a second that you can take that plant and you can basically produce 2 more plants out of the one plant that you had. Even though it looks like it's dying off and it's only green on the very tips, but it's starting to grow some another plant at the base. So here's your opportunity to now make 2 plants out of 1 plant. So I'm going to show you how to do that. So let's go over to the garden. I'll show you what I've done already. Now here's the tomato plant. It seems to be nice and healthy, and this is the one plant that I've restarted from the old plant. And what I did is I laid the plant down. It was about 5 foot tall, and I laid it down and I just put dirt just before the new stems. And here's the old base. And as you can see, even at the old base, it's starting to grow another plant. So once I get this plant here started and looking good, I'm going to take and cut the vine between the 2, and that way they'll both have a nice healthy start. First I'm going to pull off the old cage around it. And as you can see, it was already growing some tomatoes. But this whole section from here to here, 2 foot, isn't doing anything. So as I pull this up, you can see the root system right there. That's pretty neat. She's already started to grow another plant. And I'm going to put this back in there, it'll be fine. Here's another one of the stems, and I'll leave that there. But I just want to show you this root system. So if you've seen this close-up, that the roots are doing quite well. They've been in the ground for about 2 weeks, and I'm going to put them back in. They're fine, they won't be hurt. And after about another 2 or 3 weeks, I'll go ahead and cut the main stalk going to the original plant. I could actually get probably 2 or 3 tomato plants if I just kept it buried. Another area I wanted to talk about was transplanting your tomatoes from a pot into the ground. Plants are a lot like people. They want to be unconfined, and plants that are in pots any length of time, they just find a way to try to get out. And if they can't get out, then they start to demonstrate it by not looking too good. That's your indication that you need to do something with them. Tomatoes are one plant that can be potted, but they really thrive if they are in the ground next to the coolness of the earth, and their root system can spread out quite a bit. I had one in this video that was kind of root bound, so I decided I'd put it in the ground. So I dug a hole where I'd pulled out my turnip plants, so I had some space to put something new in. And I dug it big enough to plant. Here you see the root system was overgrown the pot, so it needed somewhere to go. And that ball around the base of the tomato is really tight, so it really needs to be planted in the ground where it can
thrive. So I dug a hole, I filled it with water because you can't really water a transplant too much the first or second day. So it's very important to give the plant plenty of water. And then I filled the soil around the outside of the plant and decided to add more water. So I brought a couple gallon containers and added more water to the base of the plant. And then I used my worm compost tea to sprinkle around the leaves and the base of the plant. And the compost tea is extremely good for new transplants because it adds bacteria around the base of the plant and it enriches the soil. So for this episode, I hope you enjoyed it.